What's going on, folks? It's your main man, Mr. Council, back with another one, Saturday Motivation. You know how we do. Show Saturday, because Saturday's the day that's uniquely your own. Most people working 9 to 5, so by the time they get to Saturday, they're ready to take their foot off the gas. But most artists, creators, and business minds know that Saturday's the day to put your foot on the gas and handle your business. What's going on, people? It's another Saturday, man. I am exhausted. When basketball season comes around, man, my life just turns upside down because I have so much going on. I'm trying to rock out with you guys early because I got a couple games today. So I want to get through this, but I always want to make sure that I come connect with my people because this has just become a staple in my life, and I really enjoy coming to you guys every week. You have to begin to live your life on purpose. You have to begin to live your life on purpose. Some people just let life happen to them. They have no plan. They have no structure to it. They have no purpose behind the things that they do. Oftentimes I was like that when I was younger because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I just thought that, living, hanging out with friends and, going to school and all of that was just what was important. But I never really had a connection to who I am. And once I began to discover who I was, that changed my life. But when I was younger, I used to be able to waste a lot of time. I remember in high school in the summertime, I could sleep for 12 hours. I would stay up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning with friends. And I would sleep until 1 or 2 o'clock the next day. And I would be mad at my mother for just letting me sleep that long when it had nothing to do with her. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't her responsibility to wake me up as a teenager on the weekends. It was my own fault. I was wasting my life. I didn't get as engaged in the beginning of high school with sports the way I wanted to, the way I should have. I was lazy. I was just living. And a better way to say it was I was letting life happen to me. And that's when I started to gain weight. I had friends and everything like that. I became more popular. But I never had a purpose for my life. I was just choosing something to do. I rejected my gift for so long. And one thing I want to say about that is the universe was trying to draw my gift out of me, but I continued to reject it. As a young kid, my grandmother, she realized I could sing. I had always wanted to be in the children's choir. I mean, my earliest memories of life in general was when I was 4 years old, sitting in the back of First Baptist Church. And I was just watching the kids, the children's choir sing, and I would be so excited. I knew all the words. I knew inside I could sing, but I just loved to sing. It wasn't about me knowing how to sing. I just loved to sing. And so once I got in the choir, and my grandmother realized I could sing, she used to try to make me sing. And that was my earliest days of rejecting my gift. And see, what I didn't realize was so many people began to ask me to sing all the time because they discovered that I had a gift. But in them discovering that I had a gift, it was causing me to push that gift away. Because even to this day, I've never been the type of guy that wanted to be the center of attention. I never wanted to be that guy. I just enjoyed life. I've always had a natural jovialness about me. And I just always loved life for whatever reason. It was just a natural part of my spirit. But I rejected my gift because I didn't want to be a show-off. I didn't want to be the center of attention. And I wanted to sing for the Lord. But I didn't want to have to be a leader in that sense. I just wanted to sing. And so once people discover that you can sing, people all the time bombard you. Sing this, sing that, sing that, sing that. And I used to hate it. It was nothing worse to me because people were trying to force me to do something that I didn't want to do. And I even hate that even more to this day. I hate when people try to force me to do something. But they weren't trying to force me to do something. They were just trying to enjoy my gift. And I, in a sense, was robbing them of that. I didn't know any better. So I buried my gift. Once I was old enough to quit the children's choir, I quit. I joined the gospel choir in high school for a short stint, but then I quit that as well. Because even they started wanting me to be more out in the front. That's not where I wanted to be. But God might have wanted me to be that. And even if he didn't want me to be out in front, he wanted me to recognize that he had given me a gift, but I rejected it. And so years go by and I'm not singing. And all of a sudden one day I'm singing to the radio and I hear myself and I sound horrible. And I remember even one time when I was in the choir, one memory I will never forget. And this shows you the spirit of negativity that can exist inside you. It was a young man. We had a bunch of different choirs that they invited to our church to sing for an anniversary. And this young man comes up and sings for his choir and sings a solo. And there I am in the audience, jealous. I'm like, how this little boy coming up in my church singing like that? And so I'm all pumped up and excited and hoping that when we go up to sing that they choose me to sing a solo. And then what happens? When I wanted to get chosen to sing, nobody asked me. Because it was the spirit that I was stuck in that moment. It was a spirit of arrogance. It was a spirit of pride. It was a spirit of jealousy that was seeping through my body. Because I wanted to not sing for the Lord that night. I wanted to outdo another young man. And so God took that opportunity from me. And you have to recognize when God does things in your life, God is not always going to give you what you want in that moment because of the spirit that you're asking for it in. That's something powerful to understand, and it's even more powerful to accept. And so no longer do I live with a sense of pride or a sense of jealousy when I hear someone that's better than me or just as good. It almost gets me fired up. It inspires me. But as I got older, like I said, I rejected my gift. I pushed it to the back burner. And I discovered one day that I had lost my gift. And I was hurt. But how could I be upset? Because I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to stand in my gift. Maybe I wasn't ready to. But it was something that I had to accept. But then I said, no, I'm not going to lose this gift. I'm going to get it back. I knew I still had it inside me, so I began to practice. And then in beginning to practice, God put people in my life that were working on music and writing songs. And so that led me to initially write poetry. And then I began playing around with songwriting. And because I started playing around with songwriting, once I got back home from college, I went to college in South Carolina. Once I got back to Bridgeport and went to grad school, I started working on music. But by chance, God had put the spirit of music in my cousin, and they had started a studio. And they had these young producers in there working on these interesting and creative and awesome beats. And so then I used to go in the studio and practice my songwriting. Because see, it wasn't about showing off. It wasn't about performing. It was just my simple love for music. I found my love for music again. And when I started doing this, it wasn't even trying to build a career off of it. It was just doing it just because I loved to do it, like it was when I was younger. that same gift had returned to me, but it returned to me tenfold because I had added the element of songwriting because of my world experience that I was getting, my limited world experience at the time, but it was my experience. And so God began working in me and changing the people that was around me to suit my gift. So then all of a sudden, I was working at one school. I ended up writing a school song for them, but then I changed to another school. And when I changed to that other school, lo and behold, one of the guys that worked for that school ended up being the guy to record my first album, Awakening of a Sleeping Giant. And this happened to be a guy that I had met years prior in high school. But then we ended up reconnecting again once I was a grown man teaching. And even though he only really liked to record gospel artists, he knew I had something special. And he knew my music wasn't vulgar, so he took a chance on me. Ron Spatero, I love you. You changed my life. You helped me bring my gift to life. You were the first person to help me bring my gift to life, and I will never forget you for it. And so after doing that, I ended up going to open mics to share my music, where I met a guy named Mark Lyon, who ended up helping me get a live band. He put together a live band for me. We began to practice, and we began to play all over. And I got opportunities to open for major artists, comedians. I met some wonderful producers that helped me take my music to the next level, but it was because I was beginning to live in my gift. I was beginning to live life on purpose. No longer was I just allowing life to happen to me. I was living through my gift, so I was living life on purpose or with purpose. And because I was giving to my gift, God was returning. And he led me to everything that I've done to this point. But because I was working and living towards my gift, that's when things in my gift started opening up for me. Now, did I become some major superstar? No. But the music that I've worked on has allowed me to change my life. And it's given my life a new vision and a new perspective and a new purpose. And now because I'm living through my purpose, I'm happier than I've ever been with my life. Gone are the days where I just allowed life to happen to me. Now I make life happen. But it took me tapping into who I was and my gift in order for that to change. See, God knows that you're not perfect, and he knows you're just trying to figure things out. But you have to figure things out through your gift, and then he will slowly begin to put the right people in your life that will allow your gift to come to life. But it wasn't about making money, and it wasn't about becoming a star. It was about just enjoying my gift. And then that turned into me allowing to make money off of my gift and use my gift in a way that I never thought I would be able to. I used to sit back and listen to songs and be like, how could they put words together like that? And now I'm doing that. It's the most amazing thing in the world to me to sit back and listen to song lyrics and see how creative it was for people to put those words together like that and make them sound like that and make it so meaningful to people's lives. The right song could change somebody's day, could change somebody's perspective, could change somebody's life. So I take my music seriously. When I write my lyrics, I'm thinking, can the kids listen to this? Would I be embarrassed if my grandmother or my grandfather had heard this? Would I be upset if my mother looked at me a different way because of certain songs she might hear from me? So I'm very conscious of the music that I make. But I'm saying all this to say that you have to live your life on purpose, with purpose. Because if you're not doing that, then that's exactly why you don't have happiness. That's exactly why no man or no woman is going to be able to fill that shoe. That is a shoe that only you can fill. And you can only find your connection to that shoe through God. So if I can motivate you today, begin to live your life on purpose. Because you only have a limited amount of time to be here. And if you waste that all wasting time, then that's when you begin to live in regret. See, I stopped wasting time a long time ago, so now I regret nothing. Because even though I'm not exactly where I want to be, I'm exactly where I need to be. And that's a different place. And God is going to continue to work through me as long as I continue to give towards my gift. I don't know where he's going to take me. But I'm ready for the journey. So the next time you wake up with a purpose. Walk throughout your day with a purpose. Go to sleep with a purpose. Begin to immerse your life with purpose. Because if you don't, you're going to regret living when you get to the end. Because you'll be so disconnected from who you were supposed to be. You'll never understand who you are. That's my time. Peace to all my people in the struggle.
Saw you on the way, cruising just the other day. Girl, I have to say, beauty is your other name. Driving me insane, so I gotta know her name. Saw that face, fell in love without a conversation. So I'm pulling up, some may call it pushing up. Either way I want, you is really what I want. Tell me what you want, I'll be everything you want. Turn me up and you won't regret this conversation. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl?
I saw the baby when she skated past the candy store. Lil' mama waited cause she saw just what she looking for. A smooth complexion.